In 1981, the Japan Air Self-Defense Force started considering developing a replacement for the aging Mitsubishi F-1 fighter. It was argued that Japan needed to build a new aircraft from the beginning in order to develop the skill of engineers and the Japanese aircraft industry. In 1985, the United States raised concerns that this might produce an inferior aircraft that would weaken the US-Japan defense relationship. The US advised that the new aircraft should be based on the F-16 or F-18 platform. The US pressured Japan to run the program as a US-Japan bilateral joint development. Japan agreed to maintain good relations with the US. The project was announced in October 1987. General Dynamics would provide its F-16 technology to Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, and would handle up to 45% of the development work. Eventually, a deal was made that gave Japan limited access to flight and weapon control software, but the US was to have access to any new technology developed by Japan for the project. The deal was criticized both by US Congress and by Japanese politicians. In 1984, General Dynamics had offered the US Air Force an enlarged version of the F-16, but the USAF was not interested. This design became the starting point for the F-2. The F-2 used the wing design of the F-16 Agile Falcon, but the electronics were upgraded to 1990s standards. The first flight of the F-2 took place October 7, 1995. The same year, the Japanese government placed an order for 130 aircraft that was to enter service in 1999. This was delayed to 2000. Because of issues with cost efficiency, the order was eventually reduced to 94 production aircraft. Also, 4 prototypes were made. The last F-2s were delivered in September 2011. The F-2 had larger wings than the original F-16, giving the aircraft better payload and maneuverability. To reduce the extra weight of the larger wings, several parts of the aircraft were made from graphite epoxy composite co-cured in an autoclave. This was the first time this technology was used for a production tactical fighter, and the technology was transferred back to America, as part of the industrial partnership. Some of the main differences between the F-16A and the F-2 are a 25% larger wing area, the use of composite materials to reduce weight and radar signature, and a longer and wider nose to make room for an AESA radar. The aircraft also had a larger tailplane and a larger air intake, as well as a 3-piece cockpit canopy. The F-2 is also equipped with a drogue parachute. One of the most important capabilities of the F-2 is the ability to attack ships. It is capable of carrying 4 ASM-1 or ASM-2 anti-ship missiles, and additional fuel tanks. It is also painted in a blue color scheme, suitable for flying over the ocean. In the 2011 Fukushima tsunami, 18 F-2s were damaged. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to our channel.